A wild woman tried to snatch my Tesla keys right from my grip. Marlene Whitaker, our HOA president, stood in my driveway waving forged ownership papers, claiming my red Tesla was hers and demanding I surrender the keys. When I refused, she called 911, accusing me of theft. Where are you reading this? Drop a comment below. This saga will stun you. Here's the crazy tale of how an HOA tyrant claimed my car, only to get arrested in the most gratifying way. My name is Lucas Caldwell, call sign Tank. 2 tours in Iraq, lost my left leg, built a barbecue empire, and now own Blaze Barbecue. That Tesla? Bought with cash, every cent soaked in sacrifice. This is how I turned the tables. I'd just moved to Cedarwood Estates, a ritzy HOA community in Montana, to be near my aging parents. After a decade growing Blaze Barbecue from 1 food truck to 4 locations statewide, that Tesla Model Y was more than a ride. It was proof the American dream held if you fought for it. Registered in my name, fully insured, paperwork pristine. I'd learned in Iraq to every I and cross every T to survive. My prosthetic leg, hidden under jeans, reminded me daily of costs most can't fathom. Marlene Whitaker, known as Marla, greeted me as HOA president with a smile straight from a Botox ad. She approached while I unloaded barbecue gear, her eyes scanning my smokers and grills like I was polluting her perfect suburb. "You're in catering?" she asked, her tone implying janitorial. When she saw the Tesla, her gaze sharpened. "Nice car. Must have taken a hefty loan for someone in food service." My jaw tightened, but I stayed calm, honed by years of civilian bias. "Paid cash," I said. "Business is good." Her shock was almost funny. She'd expected me to squirm. Instead, I stood in my Blaze Barbecue tee, exuding hard-earned confidence. Marla recalibrated, sensing a tougher mark. "How fascinating," she purred. "This neighborhood has rules about commercial vehicles." I kept it light. "Good thing it's my personal car." That moment sowed our conflict, though I didn't see it then. Marla prattled about property values, her eyes glued to the Tesla, plotting. "Just clarifying," she said, smile tight. I'd learned clarifying meant war was on. As I unloaded for a charity barbecue, I felt her stare from her window, phone in hand, making a call. Cedarwood Estates seemed idyllic. Tree-lined streets, flawless lawns, safe for kids, values climbing. I chose it for stability, absent in my youth. My parents lived 20 minutes away in Pine Hollow, and being near them after years abroad felt right. The Tesla wasn't flexing, it was practical for client meetings, reflecting my professional image. Blaze Barbecue had grown from a VA loan-funded truck to a catering powerhouse for weddings and corporates. Unbeknownst to me, Marla wasn't just a nosy HOA head. She'd already ruined another veteran, Mr. Hargrove, a retired Navy man with a gardening business, forcing him to sell and flee within 6 months. That night, I hung my bronze star and purple heart in my new kitchen. The house, bought outright like the Tesla, felt vast after apartments. Death spooked me, having seen veterans crushed by it. The American dream I'd bled for was mine, and I'd guard it. If I'd known Marla's plans, I might have reconsidered Cedarwood Estates. But I'd survived an IED in Iraq. How bad could one HOA president be? Marla's research was meticulous. Within a week, she dug up my VA disability rating, business loans, and military details, fueling her next move. She'd honed a knack for ousting undesirables. Her success against Hargrove emboldened her to target bigger game. My charity barbecue was a hit. Families laughed, kids played, and I felt I belonged. Then Marla arrived, knockoffs gleaming. "Such generosity," she sneered, loud enough for all. "Must be nice, taxpayer handouts." The jab stung, not for shame, but for her intent to diminish me. I flashed back to Iraq, my squad saving me as blood poured from my leg. My buddy Sanchez had said, "You earned this, Tank." Elena Torres, a teacher down the street, defended me. "Marla, Lucas sacrificed for us. He's earned it all." Marla was ready. "Of course, Selena. Teachers love charity cases." The term charity case hit hard. I'd lost a leg, not my pride. Breathing techniques from therapy kept me steady, but my fists clenched. The next week, a citation appeared on my Tesla. Commercial vehicle violation, $200. It claimed I'd hidden commercial use. My documents, registration, insurance, purchase records, proved it was personal. Someone had faked city records. The fine was minor, but the intent was clear. Marla was building a case. The HOA meeting felt like a tribunal. Marla presided, flanked by uneasy board members. In the sterile Cedarwood Community Center, she accused me of undisclosed commercial activity. I presented my paperwork, registration, insurance, cash purchase proof. Marla scrutinized them theatrically. Documents can be altered. Perhaps a misunderstanding of use. It wasn't about rules, it was control. She suggested alternative transportation to align with standards. Board members squirmed, seeing the shakedown. I left calmly, but driving past manicured lawns, I knew I was in a fight. Next morning, a scratch marred the Tesla's side, deliberate, deniable. Rage mixed with calm, honed in war. Marla had escalated to vandalism. She'd misjudged me, missing that I didn't just survive Iraq. I'd learned to wage war. Tuesday brought her boldest move. As I headed to a client meeting, Marla blocked my driveway, holding a folder. "Lucas, a mix-up with your car," she said, flashing forged papers claiming Tesla ownership via veteran loan fraud. "This could mean 5 years in prison. Hand over the keys or I call the feds." The forgeries were VA letterheads, case numbers, perfect formatting. She'd planned this for months. "I'll take ownership to shield you," she offered. "Lease it back for $500 monthly." Extortion, plain and simple. "I don't lease what I earned," I said, voice steel. Her mask slipped, revealing fury. "Think carefully, Lucas. Federal charges ruin lives. Ask Hargrove." She'd run this scam before, and I was next unless I fought back. Marla gave me time to consider, already dialing another call. That night, I studied her fakes, laptop open to VA rules. Their detail was chilling. She wasn't new to this. Hargrove's exit made sense. How many veterans had she crushed? I planned my counterattack, knowing defense alone wouldn't cut it. Marla's nuclear strike came via VA Inspector General letter, alleging I'd faked my disability and misused loans. It demanded cooperation, threatening prosecution. Photos of me lifting barbecue gear proved no disability. My records, military history, and finances faced scrutiny. Within days, a whisper campaign tanked Blaze Barbecue. 3 contracts, including Mrs. Larson's anniversary, canceled. "Fraud rumors," she said coldly, once a friend. That night was my lowest since Iraq. At my kitchen table, surrounded by documents and medals, I doubted myself. Was I a fraud? Elena found me staring at my Bronze Star. "You bled for this," she said. "Don't let her steal it." Her words steadied me, but Marla's psychological warfare was surgical, hitting my worth. Evan Whitaker, Marla's 19-year-old son, arrived, nervous. "I need to talk about Mom," he said. Over an hour, he exposed her playbook. Her real estate career had tanked, leaving her bitter, envious of veterans' benefits. She did this to Hargrove, Evan confessed. Called it neighborhood cleanup. Marla targeted veterans, exploiting service records and bureaucracy. Evan revealed folders on other vets, with spreadsheets of vulnerabilities. Big Mike, my army buddy and partner, wanted to confront her. "She's a predator," he growled. But violence would validate her dangerous veteran narrative. "We end this legally," I said. "She wants precision? We'll give her strategy." I shifted to offense, aiming to expose her fraud. My counterattack started with Detective Alvarez, a former Marine who got the veteran bond. Filing my harassment complaint, he said, "This is a civil rights issue, targeting a benefits recipient." Evan became my insider, sharing Marla's plans. Her computer held dossiers on vets, including me, Hargrove, and 3 others. Big Mike tailed her, photographing cash exchanges with a forger at a Silverton print shop. "She's got a network," he reported. Elena's school ties revealed Marla's history of targeting military families, resenting their benefits. Meeting VA Agent Carter, I presented Evan's screenshots, Mike's photos, and Alvarez's findings. This isn't harassment. It's fraud wasting federal resources, Carter said. The VA pivoted to probe Marla. Elena recorded Marla's drunken rant at a block party. Veterans get handouts while we work. That barbecue guy's done. The audio nailed her motive. I cataloged evidence like a mission. Cameras caught harassment. Evan leaked plans. Alvarez synced with feds for dual charges. The psychological shift was key. After weeks as prey, fighting back restored my purpose. Marla's operation had cracks. Her arrogance was one. Saturday morning, I set the trap. I left for a job, letting Marla see me load my van, then parked at Mike's and watched from Elena's. The Tesla gleamed in my driveway. Marla approached with a toolkit, scanning for witnesses, unaware of our cameras. Elena live-streamed, narrating catching a thief. Marla used pro locksmith tools, muttering, "Time to take what's mine." A locksmith arrived, skeptical of her fresh papers. "These look odd," he said. Alvarez and I stepped out. "Car trouble, Marla?" I called. Her face paled. The locksmith backed off, sensing a scam. Evan approached, voice breaking. "Mom, I have your fakes, screenshots, files." Marla raged. "How dare you betray me for this leech?" Mike revealed weeks of footage. Forger meetings, cash swaps, her party rant. Alvarez cuffed her. "Marlene Whitaker, you're under arrest for theft, fraud, false claims, harassment, conspiracy, forgery." He added, "You've dishonored every uniform. That's personal." Neighbors applauded as Marla screamed, "Veterans don't deserve it." Her meltdown, live-streamed, went viral. The legal fallout was swift. Federal charges for VA fraud carried 5 years. State charges, theft, harassment, conspiracy, added 3. The judge, appalled at her veteran targeting, imposed $50,000 in fines, VA restitution, 1,000 hours of veteran charity service, and a restraining order. Marla sold her Cedarwood home to pay, moving to a Silverton apartment. 6 months later, I saw Marla at a grocery store, in a retail uniform, humbled. "Lucas, I was wrong," she said, trembling. "I was bitter, jealous. You didn't deserve it. I'm sorry." Evan thrived, working at Blaze Barbecue while studying business, becoming like family. "You taught me honor," he said. Elena's unanimous election as HOA president brought reform, anti-harassment policies, veteran events, transparency. Cedarwood Estates' value rose as a veteran-friendly haven. Blaze Barbecue boomed post-arrest publicity, opening 2 new spots with walls of heroes honoring vets. Elena and I grew from allies to partners, her understanding of veteran struggles, healing old wounds. Mike teased I'd found my wingwoman. The Tesla stayed in my driveway, joined by Elena's car and Evan's on date nights. Its repaired scratch, framed by earn through service, reminded me of victory. Neighbors now nodded respectfully, seeing not privilege, but grit. Evan spoke at schools on veteran rights. Elena taught kids military sacrifices. Alvarez trained cops to spot vet-targeted harassment. The locksmith educated peers on fraud. Marla's attack aimed to steal my worth, but it forged bonds, proved justice worked, and showed veteran strength. The Tesla was just metal. What mattered was pride, community, and values, bulletproof against predators like Marla.